guys, welcome back. So I'm going to try something, or I'm going to at least show you guys something that I think is a fun little project. So what I have here are 3 different puzzles. These are puzzles I pre-made because we all know puzzles take forever to do sometimes. And this is just a neat little craft that I personally like to do. And it's, you assemble these and you essentially stick them together, like permanently. I do not claim any of this artwork. These are just puzzles from the dollar store. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge these. They make these really cute, little mats that would actually be really great for kids. And that was the whole intention I had with them originally, was I was going to make these and use them for like Play-Doh mats, because then it leaves less mess on the table. And, well, there's less mess on the table. Because nobody likes to have to clean up a mess, right? Okay, so this is actually very simple, so this may or may not be a short video. But all you'll really do is I like to take Mod Podge, and I have a huge jug of it here. You will not need this much. I don't even need this much. But what I'm going to do, oh my gosh, I have used this bottle before, so it's kind of stuck on here a bit. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, ow. Yeah, I haven't used this in a couple weeks, so it's all kind of, oh, there we go, I got it. Okay, so like I said, this is a very simple project. This could be something you do with your kids or something. But all you do is you put the puzzle together, which is something you could easily do with your kids. And then, on a protected surface, this is a bit of cardboard that is still, it's actually a poster, but it's cardboard, so it's firm enough for when you're building, for when you're putting your puzzle together. But it's also got this plastic layering, so it's perfect for doing the Mod Podge, because you can kind of see that I've done Mod Podge before, because there's some Mod Podge still stuck on here. And that's one of the plus sides to this, is it won't get stuck on anything else. You especially don't want to do this just flat on your table, otherwise you're going to end up with Mod Podge just kind of plastered everywhere. Luckily, the thing with Mod Podge is it dries clear. See, look, there's a little bit right there. That, yeah. And then all you gotta do, oh, this is kind of heavy. Oof. Kind of just a little bit on there. This one I'm doing right now, this one right here. Oh, that is probably way too much. Yeah, that is way too much. But this one right here, for some reason, when I opened up the box, I mean, it's dollar store, it's not going to be the best. When I opened up the box, it it was missing a piece. So, luckily it was one of the edge pieces, so I figured I'd just, make it as is. Okay, anyway, then you take the brush and you just kind of spread it everywhere. Make sure you get a good layer on there. The awesome thing about this project, though, is it has so many different uses. Like, I have a few that are just on my end tables right now. Little warning, if you don't put like a gloss or something over it, it will get a little bit sticky and, well, not like gooey sticky, but if you leave it on a table or something for too long, it will kind of stick to the table. It's not hard to get off. It doesn't damage anything, but it does get stuck there. Yeah, I put way too much. See how much I put on here? Because I put so much on here by accident, this is going to take a while to dry. That's all this means. This doesn't really mean anything. It's okay. It's not going to damage it at all. And the picture is actually perfectly fine. This is not waterproof, so I do not recommend... Well, I mean, yeah, it's not waterproof. So I really don't recommend playing with water on it, but I mean, it's not a big deal if you do play with water on it, because I feel like the most it really does is ruins the picture, but that's not a huge deal. I think I got a little bit of water on one of mine, and it closer here. I got a little bit of water on mine, and it left a little ring around where the cup was, and I mean that kind of sucked. It left like a pink ring where the ink kind of drained into it. But like I said, this is more so like for crafts and stuff and Play-Doh. I feel like this is best for Play-Doh because, like I said, it keeps the mess in one little area. Kids can have as much fun as they want with it. Plus they get, fun little pictures to do it on. There's a lot of different puzzles you can get at the dollar store. Yeah, like I was saying, I got all of this from, well, except for the big jug. I got most of this from the dollar store, so it's a really cheap and affordable craft you can do. They actually have small bottles of Mod Podge at the dollar store, too. Or at least at the one I went to, which is really cool. They're very small. They're probably about that big. But as you've seen, it doesn't take a whole lot of Mod Podge to do this. And it's really fun. I mean, from start to finish, this is really a craft you can do with your kids. Have them all make their own placemats for activities at home, or this could even be used at like daycares or schools or childcare facilities or something. Highly encourage you guys to use this. And if you know somebody who could really have some fun with this, let them know. And I've got lots of different ideas for crafts. I used to work at a daycare, so it can be really fun coming up with ideas for the kids and the different games, activities, and stuff you can make. We can go over some of those with this too. And a lot of my artwork is going to go to charity, but we can do crafts like this too to help with spreading positivity. That's the main focus of this channel, is spreading the love, We want to help everybody, to be honest. Oh. And I think it's a good idea, if you're going to do this, oh my gosh, to do more than one at a time. I mean, obviously, if you only have one kid, do as many as you want. But I think it's a good idea to do more than one at a time because, one, hey, if you only have one kid, you have gifts for other people. But also, when you're doing this, as I've shown, you're going to use a lot of Mod Podge. Not a whole lot, but you might end up using a lot of Mod Podge. This is just a good thick coat. my rambling. Yeah, definitely make sure you get around the sides too, because then you don't have any leakage from that side either. Okay, I think we got a good layer. I'm going to take some of this stuff and bring it over here so it doesn't have as much. And don't worry about the edges. See how it's kind of just onto the mat and whatnot? We're going to trim the edges too. It doesn't take long. Not hard. This is actually a very easy craft. Yeah. I think it's pretty fun. It's a very mellow craft. I mean, I like to do it. I think it's fun. I love to do puzzles, so it's pretty entertaining to me to make the puzzles, even if it's simple ones. Like this one, you can tell is probably made for kids. But these bigger ones, I love doing puzzles. I've always done puzzles. I personally, probably keep saying personally a lot, but I used to do puzzles a lot when I was a kid with my grandma, and I used to have so much fun with that. I still remember some of the pictures quite vividly. Okay, before I get too carried away with monologues and, and stuff, it's very important that you rinse off your brush almost as soon as you flatten all of this, okay? Because it's probably very easy to guess. The glue will ruin your brush. It will, if it hardens, it's kind of like if you leave paint on your brush for too long and it hardens, it just kind of gets practically permanently stuck into your bristles. That is not very fun because that is very difficult to get out. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to go rinse this off real quick, and I will be right back. Alright. So, there you go. Nice and clean brush. It's okay if there's like a tiny bit left in it. The most it'll do is kind of make it go back to that fresh out of the package firmness. You know how you get, if you open a fresh brush, you get that very satisfying feeling from it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just very satisfying opening a new pack of brushes. Anyway, so we got that taken care of. Now all we gotta do is let it dry and repeat. Because we want it on both sides, otherwise the bottom part is still gonna be that cardboard. Cardboard. Because most of these puzzles are made of cardboard. It's still going to be that cardboard underneath though, and we want to kind of solidify it, if that makes sense. Make it smooth. We can tinker with these more as well, like after it's all dried and this whole process is done. We can tinker with some of them and maybe see if there's like different glosses that make some improvement on it. And it might look white now, But this is glue, and as I said earlier, Mod Podge dries clear. So you'll be able to see the picture perfectly fine. So if you're worried about not being able to see the image or of the image running, it's fine. The glue actually doesn't do anything. I can give you guys an example real quick. Okay, so here's an example of one that I already had finished. And as you can see a bit of a gloss to it, and it's totally smooth, so you just feel some bumps from the puzzle pieces itself. But you can see the picture really well. There's some cardboard pieces here from when I had a few of them stacked together. Do not stack these. Some of them are very hard to get apart again. And like I said, we can tinker with the gloss. That's what the underside still looks like. See? You can even see the gaps from the different cuts for the pieces. But like I said, we can tinker with different finishes and stuff that might make it look better. You could even frame these if you wanted to. I personally like them. I've got a whole bunch of these now. They're really nice. Very nice. Perfect for crafts. They're pretty solid too. The Mod Podge really holds them together. I do not recommend trying to bend them. I'm always afraid that it's just going to pull apart. But it's still very durable. And as I said, it's perfect for doing Play-Doh. I have bigger ones. This is one of the smaller ones. I have some more that are more this size. And because it's missing the outer parts, it's still a little smaller than the original ones that I had. But you can get creative with it. I mean, you don't even have to use all the pieces like I just showed you. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to let this dry for a bit, and we'll come back when it's dry. Okay, guys. So, it's finally done drying. Here's that bristliness I was telling you about. So satisfying. Okay. So, now what we gotta do, we gotta pry this off of the base. And so it is glued here. And we have to get it off, right? Well, I got this really nifty tool from my dad. Pretty sure it's used for something else, but this is what I use it for. And it is very nifty, super flat on one side. If you know what this is called, let me know, because I do not. But basically, you just gotta get it underneath. And you can see here the plastic. And you just keep going all the way around. And the way I do it, and because of how I do the Mod Podge, they tend to get stuck together. But that's okay. You can just take this all the way around. it's all off. Now we can flip it. And here's what the back looks like right now. So what we can do, that's a little bit wet, but it's not leaving anything on me. Okay, so what we do next is we put more Mod Podge on the back. Super easy. I'm trying to be careful this time because last time I put a little too much and it took forever to dry. That's why I'm wearing different clothes right now. This is actually the next day that I'm doing this. If we need more, we can add more. Drying wise, it should only take like about an hour if you do just enough for a base coat. And since we're doing the back of these now, it shouldn't take too long. We're doing the back of these, so we don't need a whole lot. We just need enough to connect it, really. So we'll get this base coat put on here. You still want a good amount, but you don't need to have as much on the back. So I'm just going to do this real quick. See, this is a much better amount because there's not as much. Look at that. Nice and even coat. See, that looks so much better with only the little bit. Perfect. See, got it all nice. Made it sure that it got in all the cracks. Now remember, this doesn't make it watertight, but it's good for small projects, like we were talking about. Okay, on to the next. Ooh, we might need more for this one. There's a lot more surface area for this. Okay, we at least got that corner down on this. So this is the wonky one. We want to make sure we get all of those edges. You know what? We might have enough. We're smart about this. Oh, we had just enough, guys. And girls. Guys and girls. And days. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is gonna take a while, guys. People. I need to start saying people. Oh, people. Making a mess with this Mod Podge. See, that's why it's gonna be fun to do this with kids. Because kids love to make this is something that they can actually have some fun getting messy with. Perfect. Okay. I think about got it. And it does keep your brush strokes, so I would do a once over like this so it doesn't look as shifty. Okay. Don't forget, we have to rinse the brush. So I'm going to rinse the brush and we'll be back when these are dry. See, this is already starting to dry, so it shouldn't take too long. Alright, I will be back. Okay, so I don't know if the video, if I didn't record this or not. I don't think my camera was working. So all we did was, this one was dry. A lot drier than this one. This one is still very wet, as you can see. So we left those ones alone. Leave these ones alone. And what we did was we did the same thing we did before and cut off part of it. Not cut off part of it, but pried part of it up. This one's still wet, so I'm going to leave it. So I was just kind of demonstrating. And then we just cut off the rough edges. Just so it makes it smoother. I missed a few spots, so perfect chance. So yeah, you just kind of cut around the edges. Since I already went through this once before, I'm not going to go around the edge and pretend. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it. The image is still as pristine as when you first put it together. The colors came out really nice. Again, this is not 100% waterproof, so I don't recommend soaking this or anything. But it is durable, perfect for projects, good little placemat, very decorative. You can frame it. It's definitely fun to do with kids. I mentioned this in what I thought was recording. I have a friend who was thinking about letting me take one of the bigger, probably like a couple thousand piece puzzles, and doing the same thing, but it's a glow-in-the-dark one. And we were going to see if the glow-in-the-dark still works through the Mod Podge. And if you guys would be interested in seeing that, let me know, and I will make a video of it. Anyway, that pretty much sums up what was lost to time. And if you have any questions or any ideas for other crafts or arts things we could do, or even any charity work that you have any ideas for, let me know. I think one of our next videos I'm going to do is going to be a charity project. So, let me know what you guys are interested in, and I will see you later. Bye.